Good evening from Kitchener, Ontario. Welcome to the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final. What an exciting week. What an exciting pre-Olympic event. The skaters you will see tonight, you will see in Salt Lake City. Alongside Tracy Wilson, this is Rod Black. And on the ice, Marie-France Dubreuil, Patrice Lauzon. These skaters had two programs yesterday, and tonight the final of this final. Second free dance. And still to skate later, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, who begin the night in second place.
This is Marie-France and Patrice's first competition in Canada this year, and they will show us their Madame Butterfly program. The story of an American officer who falls in love with a geisha. Filling the ice with this circular footwork. Their power is much improved this season. This program is such a wonderful contrast from the program we saw them perform last night. That was athletic in nature, this very soft, romantic.
The programs we will see tonight will be Olympic in nature.
This lift, they've created and named the Butterfly.
Get ready for a great night of skating, everybody. countdown to the Winter Olympics continues. It is skating night in Canada from the ISU Grand Prix final on CTV.
Welcome to Kitchener, Ontario, and the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final here on CTV. A big crowd here all day yesterday, and we're expecting another capacity crowd tonight inside the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Randorf, kicking off 3 hours of coverage for you tonight on CTV. Act 3, the final act of this Grand Prix final. And after a long and draining day yesterday, just one command performance remaining for these skaters, and it's for all the marbles. The second of the free skates and the free dances, worth 50% of the total mark. And of the programs that you will see tonight, just about all of them will be the programs that these skaters take with them to the Salt Lake City Winter Olympic Games. 24 elite Olympic programs all in one night. That won't even happen at the Olympic Games themselves. It's an exciting night, an important night, and a night that'll be filled with drama. Among the rivalries that you'll see in the pairs competition, the reigning world champions Jamie Salé and David Pelche are currently in second spot behind the Russian pair of Berezhnaya and Sikor-Elitse. Jamie and David came from behind to win the Worlds in Vancouver. They'll try to do that again here tonight with the program that really put them on the map. Love story, folks. Don't go anywhere. As for the dance competition that has already begun, everybody is talking about the team in second spot, the Canadians, Bourne and Kratz, with 2 Grand Prix victories under their belts already this season. They are within striking distance of winning here tonight, and what a moment that would be. But they have some work to do with the French team of Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pesera leading the way heading into tonight's competition. Here again is Rod and Tracy.
Thank you, Dave. Marie-France Debray, Patrice Lauzon, second-ranked dance team in Canada. This event was not about a podium finish at their second Grand Prix final. This is about building towards nationals, towards Salt Lake City and the Worlds, and increasing their ranking. They're in and around the top 10 in the world right now.
And to be in a group like they are here with these top skaters in the world, they do not look out of place one bit. In fact, they're pushing some of the skaters ahead of them. They've made such a strong showing at this competition, and I think we're going to see them jump up in the world standings as this season progresses.
Those marks will certainly help. Debray and Lauzon in Kitchener.
Italy, Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margallo.
Free dance at the ISU Grand Prix final. One of the stunning developments yesterday, the fall of the world champions, Barbara Fusar-Poli, Maurizio Margallo. The fall occurred in the original dance. It held them back. They are in a very unfamiliar 4th place.
This program worth 50% of the total score. The music, I Will Survive. Barbara's a phenomenal dancer. She can move, and this program plays to her strength.
dance was full of emotion and drama. Very slow moving, powerful music. This year they've had some fun with it. They're telling the dancers to dance.
Barbara and Maurizio struggled in the free program yesterday. Now performing this year's routine, it's got more speed and more polish. While Maurizio has improved over the years with his skating, he's still not quite at Barbara's level. She does most of the technical difficulty and he supports her. Banging into each other there. That was a unison problem. And they're losing some of their speed now at the end of this performance.
World champions who have not skated like world champions this week. Big setback for them here in Kitchener. The good news for them is they still have time to work on their programs before Salt Lake City. Bourne and Kratz also peaking towards the Winter Olympics. They're still ahead at the ISU Grand Prix final. They are high energy. Barbara Fusar-Poli, Maurizio Margalio danced to the top of the world in Vancouver, but they have been shaky here this week.
They have. Now, Maurizio has complained about the size of the ice, saying it's not Olympic size and has affected their patterns. But here you can see it was just a miscue. They got too close together and were banging into each other.
5-6.
And the ice surface is going to affect all of the other competitors as well. And you are going to be hearing more about the ice surface throughout tonight because it is smaller, cozier than the Olympic surface.
Very low marks for the technical merit marks. The presentation marks come up. We'll have to see how where that puts them.
Currently leaders, Fusar-Poli, Margalio. Let's join Dave Randorf now.
I'm with Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon. Guys, how do you feel about your skate this evening?
We're very happy. We skated really good. It was our first time out with that program in front of the Canadian audience, and we felt great.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this program skated here in Canada, Marie-France. Tell us where it came from.
Well, we were looking for a love story to tell on the ice, and we thought of Madame Butterfly because it's a nice love story, and plus the World Championship are in Japan, so we thought it would be interesting to show Madame Butterfly out there.
Always thinking, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you both in Hamilton. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Smiles for them. There were smiles really from the dance world in this building yesterday, Tracy, as the final three teams warm up behind us. Dance, and I know this is a sport and a discipline close to your heart, has taken a lot of criticism. And even now, leading up to these Olympic Games, because of the so-called protocol that might exist, so-called block judging that has existed in the past, there has been a lot of controversy. For the first time in quite some time, a lot of people were pleasantly surprised with the results from yesterday because the skaters who didn't skate well were marked down.
And the skaters who skated well were marked up, and it was nice to see some movement. You hate to see the world champions go down into fourth place, but they didn't skate well, and it's a sport. And, you know, they have to keep that aspect of it, or ice dance will dance itself right out of the Olympic Games, which would be a real shame for the skaters. They work so hard, and to see the quality of judging that we've seen in this competition, it's about time, and we just hope it continues and goes on, carries on for the Olympic Games.
Well, we remember the debacle from Nagano and all of the block judging controversy from there. Really went into a scandal almost. And then in Vancouver, there was also a lot of criticism, the fans booing the judges at the end of that competition. It's rather a sad statement about the discipline that we're focusing on the adjudicators, the officials, and not the skaters.
It's true, and there's been a lot of talk here about the fact that when a judge is picked by the country and it's there to judge for the country, then there's going to be partisan judging. And if the ISU could perhaps pick the judges, train the judges, and have them judge for the ISU and not the country, then maybe we'll see more competitions judged like this one has been judged so far.
Yeah, huge step forward yesterday. We'll see how they judge it the rest of tonight. We'll be back. Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kratz, still to skate from the ISU Grand Prix final on Canada's figure skating net. Final, second day of competition.
Our next competitors
Third part of this event for these skaters. They skated 2 programs yesterday. The biggie tonight as they look ahead to the big one, the Olympic Games. This is the last major competition where they all can get together and measure themselves against other competitors. And here is a team that took a step forward yesterday. The Lithuanian champions, Margarita Durbiasko and Pavilis Vanagas, currently in 3rd place, ahead of the world champions.
Their music is Kel Kukri. They call this program the Last Cry. They head towards their 4th Winter Olympics. This is their last season. They are skating with so much speed, and what I like about them is it doesn't look like they're working at it. Fine technical skaters. Speed is almost effortless.
This team did make it to a world podium. World Championships in Nice, France. Finished as high as number 3 in the world, but fell back to number 5 in Vancouver. And it was in Vancouver, Tracy, that many people felt this team was robbed. Should have been higher.
They're popular because they are such fine skaters. With them, it's all substance.
Crowd rising. They love these two.
And these two love to skate in Canada.
Speaking of Canada, the dance dynasty in Canada. In many ways, following dance is like following the stock market. You want to know what's hot, what's not, and I know that results shouldn't have, but they do have an impact on what lies ahead. The set of marks upcoming are huge for this team heading towards the Winter Games.
Well, Margarita and Pavlas have come to this competition so prepared. This performance was very physical. They skated all out. It had the speed from beginning to end of the program. Unlike the Italians, who looked a little bit rough in places, the Italians normally come to these competitions on fire and well prepared, but they haven't been well trained here. And look at these marks. This is quite something.
The Israeli judge and the Italian judge mark them down.
And look at the 5/8 and a 5/9.
They've always been this little team that could, and they have here in Kitchener. They are ahead of the world champions. Drobiatsko and Vanagas.
Our next competitors represent Canada, Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz.
A team that has had quite an odyssey. And over the last couple of years, injury and, of course, the block judging debate in Nagano want to head back to this Winter Olympiad. The target, the podium.
This, their Michael Jackson medley.
Beginning the night in second place behind Anasina and Pesera.
Program is much improved since the beginning of the season. It is smoother, more polished, and Victor's personality has really come through. Let's see if they can keep it going through the end.
Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the season where that Olympic dream finally comes to fruition. They've won medals at the Worlds, but have never won a medal at the Winter Olympics. What a performance. Best of the season to that Michael Jackson medley for Shailin Bourne and Victor Kratz, 8-time champions in Canada, 4-time world bronze medalists. Wow. They were on.
Look at Victor's expression in this program. He had to feel comfortable to be able to perform like this. This is a schmaltzy footwork sequence, a little bit of a contrast from the first and second and the final piece, which were more upbeat. And of course their trademark, the hydroblading with a twist, a little twizzle in between on the knee. Well trained. They've come here competition ready. Best we've ever seen them skate. And look, whoa.
Except for the Italian judge. First place ordinals across the board, except for the Italian, who says that the Italians were better. Curious. Presentation marks upcoming. A 6.
That's from the American judge, Charlie Sear.
5'9". Thank you.
He's a judge that's known to just do whatever he thinks. Good for him.
So Bourne and Kratz lead the way. Tatiana Tarasova, emotional.
Our next competitor,
Their coach and choreographer.
representing France, Marina Anisina and Gwendal Bezera.
A few years ago, this team was constantly ranked behind Bourne and Kratz. They were head-to-head rivals, and things changed in 1998 when this team just shot upwards. Marina Anisina, Gwendal Bezera went on to win a world championship, lost that title in Vancouver to the Italians, and now are getting serious pressure from their old rivals from Canada.
This program is called Liberty. In this program, Gwendal is imprisoned and Marina represents his freedom.
Known for their creative lifts and innovation. Question is, head-to-head with Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, did they outdance Bourne and Kratz? Final marks for this final free dance at the Grand Prix final. Straight ahead. What might be a huge momentum booster heading towards the Winter Olympics. Already a terrific performance, but a result tonight. Can this team beat this team? And what a message it might send heading towards Salt Lake City.
One of the differences I noticed was that Shaylin and Victor looked like they couldn't put a foot wrong. In some places, Marina and Gwenda were a little tentative, like that twizzle sequence. They do have some spectacular lifts, but I feel that the lifts this year aren't as spectacular as they have been in the past. Having said that, they started out very strongly. There are judges who might not like Bourne and Kratz's style with the Michael Jackson medley, where this was romantic and beautiful.
Very subjective at that point to see style versus style, but then if you match substance against substance, that's also a real determiner. So let's take a look at these marks to decide this year's Grand Prix champions of dance. There's a 5.9 from France, 5.6 from the Italian, 5.9 from Canada. This Olympic panel, by the way, in Salt Lake City will be different than the one we see here tonight. But it will be a very big precursor presentation. They're second. Bourne and Kratz have beaten Anasina and Pezera.
Thank you.
And look at the ordinals. The French judge says yes. The Canadian judge also had Anasina Pezera first, but Bourne and Kratz have won the Grand Prix final. It's been a surprising week. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz moved to the top of the podium at the Grand Prix final, which they won in 1997. Not 97 have they defeated Anasina and Pezera. What a perfect time to do it, heading towards Salt Lake City. Another big development. Fusarpoli Margalio, the world champions from Italy, finish in 4th place, and they are reeling right now. Let's join Dave Randorf with the champions.
With the winners, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz. Shay, you've been standing back here in shock for a few moments here.
I'm still in shock. I mean, we're so happy with how we skated, but to win, it's shocking and it's wonderful at the same time.
Is it a shock, Victor? There's been so much talk over the last 24 hours about the movement in the judging. Do you feel that finally you've made your breakthrough here?
I think more than anything else, you know, our skating has improved so much. And I think more so importantly was the fact that, especially tonight, everybody skated well. And I think it was really a tough decision. It's hard for me to judge because I was backstage, but just from the crowd's reaction, it was just an incredible event. And I think, you know, skating has changed so much since '98, and I think it's moving in the positive direction. Not just simply because we won, but I think in general, like you saw it after the first day, you know, after the original dance and then the second free dance, even there was always movement. And I think that's very encouraging and something that we really needed in the sport.
Shay, you beat an elite field here at home. Where does this one rank up there in terms of your great careers?
This is probably the ultimate so far because our skating's at its best right now, and we just want to keep growing. I mean, this is a confidence builder. We're going to get ready for nationals in Hamilton just a few weeks from now, and I think it'll just put more energy into what we're doing, and we'll just keep improving till the Olympics.
Well, I bet both of you wish the Olympics began next week, the way you skated tonight. Congratulations on behalf of all your fans, coast to coast. Way to go.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, CTV.
Marked on merit, something we haven't heard of in quite some time in the dance world. The men warming up behind us. Let's talk about what we just saw, though, and how you can spin this different ways. Some of the skaters who do well in this event will have a lot of confidence. The others will say they're saving their best for Salt Lake City.
Well, it was the skaters who just skated all out in this competition that were rewarded, and that's what was so great to see. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz skated like they couldn't put a foot wrong. The French are a little tentative. They'll go back and work, but I just think, as Shaylin said, this is a confidence booster for them, for the Lithuanians, that they'll just continue on this roll and hopefully carry the momentum into the Olympics. But a huge night for ice dancing because, once again, it was a sport.
And now, of course, you look ahead, though, that Olympic ice dance panel. You do not want to see what you saw in Nagano or even saw last year. The good news is that Ottavio Cinquanta, the president of the ISU, the boss, has been in the house this week. And I wonder how much of a difference that has made.
It will be interesting to see, and interesting to see what comes out of this as they've got the European Championships before the Olympic Games. But I just think for all of the ice dancers, they have to be relieved, because there's nothing nicer than knowing that if you're going to go out there and put it on the line and succeed, you're going to get rewarded for it.
What a huge move upwards for Canada's Shailin Bourne and Victor Kratz heading to the Winter Olympics. Yagudin versus Plushenko. What a showdown in Kitchener. Next on C.
Our next skater representing Japan, Takeshi Honda.
Best men's skaters in the world are in Kitchener, with the exception of Elvis Stoico, who did not make it to the Grand Prix final. Boy, wouldn't that have been something had he been able to compete here. Thrown into the loop with this great Russian rivalry with Yagudin, Plushenko still to skate. Here is Takeshi Honda, who begins the night in 5th place.
Takeshi is a skater who has it all. Wonderful artist, a lyrical style, and a proficient jumper. He struggles with consistency. Opening with 3 turns into a triple flip. This has been a very good competition so far for Takeshi. He's landed his quad in both the short and his first long program. Here comes his quad toe, 2-foot landing.
Takeshi has been on the world scene for a few years. He's only 20 years old, but has been competing against the young Russians, Yagudin and Plushenko.
He has a second quad planned here. This one a different one from the first, and he opened up, planning a quad south.
Takeshi just hasn't been able to keep up with those 2 Russians. And the jumps are a big factor.
The jumps are everything. He has them in practice. It's that mental toughness. Plushenko and Yagudin have it. The rest are looking for it. Not only are his jumps off, but he's not skating with his music. Problems again on his triple axel.
Japan's Takeshi Honda, who trains in Barrie, Ontario at the Mariposa Club, ranks 5th in the world. That wasn't the skate that we've seen Takeshi skate in. Has not been Takeshi Honda's week here as he gets ready to head to the Winter Olympics. Was 15th in Nagano. There's Coach Doug Lee. And now a development backstage as the dance world turns. Let's go to Dave Randorf.
Oh, as your partner Tracy Wilson will tell you, there's never a dull moment in the dance. It's not final. Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz are not the official winners yet. What we have here, folks, is a tie. As we've explained to you over the last couple of days here, the original dance, the first program, was worth 20%. The first free dance was worth 30%. The French team of Anasina and Pesera won both of those for a total of 50%. Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz with their Michael Jackson free dance tonight won that one worth 50%. I can get more complicated than that, but basically what we have here is a tie, and there is unbelievably a loophole in the ISU rule book that does not determine who would win in this situation, and that's exactly what they're trying to figure out right now. Rod?
Under the headline, what? A tie. Joyce Heisey, the technical delegate for the ISU from Canada, talking with the judges earlier, discussing the factored placements. This is a rather funky format, not like the Olympics where there are compulsory dances, an original dance, and then a free dance, and the free dance being the determiner. So Bourne and Kratz are tied for first with Anasina and Pesera. However, their Olympic free dance did beat Anasina and Pesera tonight.
Yes, it did, but this is a concern for the rest of the event because the same situation could arise with Yagudin and Plushenko. So they better fill the loophole and figure out a tiebreaker. Very disappointing skate here for Takeshi. You can see him walking away in disgust. He had skated well to this point in the competition.
We will try to get a clarification, an update on the dance result.
Representing the United States,
as we continue with the men. And Todd Eldridge was on fire last night. 8 clean triple jumps. The old dog still has it, but the trick he doesn't have, the quadruple jump. But he has been landing that jump in practice, and he needs it if he wants to get to the podium, you would think, in Salt Lake City.
Todd will skate to Lord of the Rings. He did not attempt the quad in last night's program, and it was flawless, brought the house down. In practice today, he went out, tried 2 quads, nailed them both. You could see it in this performance. Opening with a triple loop. How he builds speed going into this next combination, triple axel, triple toe. Double for a second jump, but a huge triple axel.
Todd has attempted the quadruple jump in the past. It has always been loaded to the front of the program. First jump. Strategically, they have put the quad toe, if he tries it, a little later.
Well, usually a skater wants to get the quad out of the way. I think their strategy has changed now. He has a warm-up with his other jumps. The next jump just may be the quad.
short.
Now the trick is he has to get back into the program. He's been known to let up when he has a mistake on the quad. Double flip. Triple axel. Best spinner in the men's competition.
Maybe the best skater in the world without a quad. But boy, is that jump important. We saw how important it is and how it affects the program. Back in a moment.
Yeah. Still figuring it all out.
Close, but no quadruple.
And a new program for Todd Eldridge, and he said he was still trying to figure it out. Here's a look at his quad attempt. He wasn't fully rotated when he came down. He couldn't uncross his leg and pull the free leg back. No chance at landing that jump, and unfortunately when he falls on the quad, it takes away from the rest of the program. He's not able to kind of get back in with the same life and conviction.
Won a bronze medal at the Worlds in Vancouver without a quadruple jump. Wants to get to the podium, but the American champion is Tim Gable, who has a number of quads. Maybe he can loan one to Todd. More quads than anybody in the world, and is the American champion. And there is young Timothy Gable, who is certainly a factor heading to Salt Lake City, as will Canada's Elvis Stoico, and you would think Emmanuel Sandu if they can put it together. He is the most proficient jumper right now in the world. Makes quadruple jumps look like triple jumps. Tim Gable of the United States.
Giving himself some words of encouragement off the top, skating to his Olympic program, American in Paris. First quad coming up, triple Salchow, triple toe. Nice triple axel out of a spread eagle. Tim had a phenomenal performance last night with 2 different quads, 7 triple jumps. And you have to wonder physically and mentally how some of these men are going to be able to match their performances of last night.
And another factor, Tracy, is at the Winter Olympics, they only have 2 programs. And it really will come down to what the short program can present. Another quad upcoming. And landed.
Nice combination of Wallies going into his camel spin. His choreographer, Laurie Nickel, to be given a lot of credit for this program. There was a time when Timothy was just a jumper. Now, keep your eyes on his performance because his skating between the jumps is musical and interesting. He's not finished in the quad department. He's planning a 3rd triple. Looking a little tired at the end of his performance. His final triple. Hangs on. And a triple loop. Beautifully done.
Kid quad. Timothy Gable. Landed 2 of them. A number of triples. And up next, Tim Gable along with coach Frank Carroll, who will have one less skater to worry about at the Olympics because, of course, he was unceremoniously dumped by Michelle Kwan, who will skate later tonight.
Well, he picked up Angela Nikodinov as a student, so he could have her as well. And there's Timothy's trademark quad sal cow, hand down on the toe there. I was very impressed with this program. It's the first time I've seen it. I think it's just the vehicle that could take him to the podium, combined with his quads, of course, in Salt Lake City.
2 skates here. Todd Eldridge arguably is a much more complete skater, but without the quadruple jump, you see the importance. And Todd Eldridge is not even the top-ranked skater right now at this moment in the United States. Timothy Gable would have that and could get some serious momentum. He will win a medal at the Grand Prix final.
Our next competitor,
what color
Russia,
will be determined
Alexei
shortly.
Yagudin.
Gable leads. He was 3rd after the short program, 2nd after the free skate, and short program from yesterday was this man, Alexei Yagudin. Crowd favorite in Canada. And it's been quite some time since he defeated his countryman, the world champion Evgeny Plushenko. In fact, Plushenko has beaten Yagudin their last 5 times out. try to turn that around here tonight.
He skates to man in the iron mask, and he will open with a quad, triple, triple combination. If he lands it, he'll be the first. Here's the quad. There's the triple. No room for the third jump. Great way to start, just the same. Another quad planned.
Was up there. What hang time.
Earlier today, we asked Alexei, boy, do you think you guys are going to be able to deliver again today? And he said, oh yeah. Phenomenal athlete. Another triple axel, ad-libbing on the landing. He needed it in a combination, and he did just that, fought for it. Triple turn to a double there, showing some fatigue. No more triples planned, but if last night was any indication, and if he can find the strength, he'll try it again.
Guess what?
Triple Falco.
Final 30 seconds for Alexei Yagudin.
You could see his legs wanted to give out on him. He wasn't going to let them. Fought for everything. 2 clean quads, 5 triple jumps for Alexei Yagudin.
Wow, this is really good. Alexei Yagudin delivered again. Evgeny Plushenko last to skate, the leader, the world champion. Let's get an update from Dave Randorf.
Well, Rod, to add to the drama of this rivalry, the defending men's world champion is battling an injury to his left foot. As we told you yesterday, he had that foot frozen twice. He had another shot tonight, his third in 2 days. That's the left foot. And as for the dance story, still no announcement from the ISU as to whether or not Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz indeed won the dance competition.
Well, it could be close in this one, too. In 1988, it was the Battle of the Bryans. In 2002, it will be the rivalry of the Russians.
And here, the quad toe, triple toe, perfect quad, the triple toe, a good jump, but not enough room to add another jump. Now, last night, he had a hand down on his second quad. Not tonight. Fighting for that landing. Look at that look of satisfaction on his face. It could come down to a difference in jumps here. Here's a look at his second triple axel. Watch the landing to see if it was on one foot. A turnout, questionable whether the judges will give him full credit for that, but Plushenko does not have 2 triple axels planned.
Plushenko, however, does have the quad triple double combination that no one else in the world has, although Yagudin tried it and fell on it yesterday. Good marks for technical merit, couple of 5.7s, and again some opening for the skater to come if Plushenko can skate past it. And 5.9s, 5.8s. Yagudin right now unanimously the leader.
Thank you.
What we thought would happen, and now what we likely will see too at the Winter Olympics. Everybody has talked about this showdown.
Representing Russia, Yevgeny Plushenko.
There is some animosity between the two young men, but there is also competitive respect, and neither skater wants to be beaten by the other. Evgeny Plushenko, now the leader in this skate, knows what he has to do and wants to get some momentum heading towards the Russian nationals, the Europeans, and Salt Lake.
And this is the debut of his Olympic program, so he's going to have to think through this. It's not a program he's comfortable with. A collection of different pieces of music, including music from Cirque du Soleil. The combination he's famous for, quad triple double. Turn out on the quad, triple double. Second quad. Yes. Triple axel, he wanted to do it in combination. What I find fascinating about this program is the elements for this program are identical and in the same order as his elements in last night's program. He's found the formula that works for him, cuts the music to go to the elements.
Plushenko has also been battling a groin pull. But showing no effects here tonight of that.
And that a triple-triple combination.
I think he's going to keep this streak going. Evgeny Plushenko, the program that he hopes will lift him to Olympic gold, the world champion. Already defeated Yagudin once this season at the Goodwill Games. We'll meet him 2 more times before Salt Lake. Evgeny Plushenko was the leader after the short program and yesterday's free skate. What will happen here? These two are separated by the closest of margins.
Well, technically, no question, Evgeny Plushenko gets the edge. Let's take a look at his opening combination. Not as clean as it was last night. A little turnout on the landing of that quad, but right up into his triple-double. Thinking on his feet at the end of his program, he did his triple lutz in combination with a triple toe. Incidentally, he has been known to be practicing quad lutzes. What I didn't like about this program was the fact that it was identical to last night's, just different music. It lacked the heart and the emotion of a Yagudin, but it really comes down to, if you're a judge, what do you want? The technical brilliance or the high presentation marks?
Well, we could have the same thing that we had happen in the dance event.
5-7, 5-9,
Technical merit
5-9,
marks, 5-7s to 5-9s.
5-8,
They'll meet again at the Russian
5-9,
Nationals, these two.
5-8.
Yagudin's never beat Plushenko there. And the Europeans, and then the Winter Olympics. This is probably the best rivalry in the history of men's skating right here. Oh, and look at this. This is a split vote again. We have a split vote by the judges. Yagudin has won the free skate. Plushenko is second. So do we have a tie again? Yagudin has beaten Plushenko if you base it on this free skate. Shades of Minneapolis when Yagudin knocked off Plushenko there and was celebrating backstage. Alexei Yagudin wins tonight's skate. And if you base it on what happened to Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz in the dance competition, again, this is a new format this year for the Grand Prix final. Yagudin is the champion. But these two are so close. And remember, at the Olympics, there are only 2 programs: short and free skate. Alexei wins here at the Grand Prix final. Back in a moment. Well, it may not be the Olympics yet, but if you don't think this is an important competition heading towards Salt Lake City, look at the reaction from Alexei Yagudin. First time that he has beaten his countrymen since the 2000 World Championships in Nice, France. And now these two are tied this season. Next up, another meeting at the Russian Nationals, then the Europeans, and then the Winter Olympics. Evgeny Plushenko second, Timothy Gable third ahead of Todd Eldridge. They will meet at the U.S. Nationals. And here is Dave Randorf.
Alexei Yagudin, you were extremely emotional when the results were posted. This obviously means a lot to you tonight.
Yeah, actually, I've been waiting for this moment like more than 1 year, and actually last season I just lost every event, and except the Japan Open, but there was a Pro-Am. But I worked really hard, and I think I truly deserve to win tonight here, and I'm really pleased with my skating. Yeah, it was one mistake. I doubled, triple flips, and I'm sure that in the future I'll try to escape this.
You lost your world title last March in Vancouver, but you beat your rival again. Does that mean a lot to you here?
It means a lot, yeah, because I haven't been in the first position for such a long time, and that means also a lot because we've been skating together, and he's one of the main competitors this season and last year, and I'm sure for the next 4 years. And yeah, it means a lot for me because I've been waiting for this victory for such a long time.
I imagine this bodes well for the Olympics as you get ready for Salt Lake.
Thanks a lot. We'll try to not disappoint American people.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Alexei Yagudin, pairs upcoming. We can tell you that is an official result. There has been some math and computer problems tonight. Earlier this evening, we saw a photo finish between Shailin Bourne and Victor Kratz and Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pizarra. For a while, we weren't sure who won. We did tell you that Bourne and Kratz were the champions. The people in the building did not know that until a few moments ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, the unofficial results for the ice dance event as displayed were incorrect due to a technical problem with the computer scoring system. The official result of the ice dance event is as follows. In first place from Canada, Shailin Bourne and Victor Kratz. In second place from France, Marina Anasina
The
and
two
Gwendal
moms.
Pizarra. In third place from Lithuania,
Shay's mom on the left,
Margarita
Victor's
Drobiazko
mother on the
and
right,
Olga
and so Bourne and
Svanova.
Kratz indeed
In fourth
are
place
the
from
champions. And once again, let's go downstairs and join Dave Randorf.
And just put this story to bed. The problem is there's two computer systems. One is ours, the one that you see at home, and the other one that's here seen in the rink, which displayed the second place finish for Shay and Vic. Bottom line was there was a computer glitch. They had to go right up to the top of all the channels in the ISU, right up to Ottavio Cinquanta to make sure all the I's were dotted and all the T's were crossed. Basically, in any tiebreaker situation, the winner of the final free skate at this Grand Prix final wins the event. In that case, it was Shailin Bourne and Victor Kratz. They are now officially the champs, Rod.
They've got to get the new windows, I think. Well, the computer's working now. We can tell you that. And up next, the pairs free skate. Americans, Canadians, Russians, all here in Kitchener. We are back for the pairs free skate. Elena Berezhnaya, Anton Sigerlitse leading. Jamie Saleh, David Pelche, world champions in second place. Yue Shen, Hongbo Zhao of China in third. Skaters on the ice, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman in fourth place. Debbie Wilkes moves into the chair. Very exciting night so far.
Well, you guys have had a lot to talk about. I hope pairs don't disappoint.
I'm sure they won't. And this is a team that hasn't disappointed this season and really has become one of those dark horse teams for the podium at the Olympic Games. United States champions. Who just might put some pressure on some of those higher ranked teams if they can lay it down clean.
They've been skating very well. They had some problem with yesterday's free program. You will notice, if you are keeping track, these are exactly the same elements in exactly the same order, even to the same selection of music, a different arrangement, however. There's the triple toe that John had so much trouble with last night. Very solid.
If you are not an avid follower of the skating world, you might not know that this partnership was forged the same time as Jamie Salé, David Pelche. Just a little late blooming, these two. And Kyoko has been to 2 previous Winter Olympics with former partner Jason Dungeon. In fact, finished as high as 4th in the Olympiad. This is a great lift.
The candle lift. Watch as it changes position. Tremendous control. Beautiful in the air.
And just became legal this season, correct?
Last season, actually. Carry lift, never considered legal. Their coach has done a tremendous job of altering these programs in the most minute ways to make them fit musically. The elements the same, a lot of the in-betweens cleverly choreographed to reflect the different character of the music.
That's as well as I've seen them skate.
You know what? I think they should be using this program at the Olympic Games.
How about that? Standing ovation for Ina and Zimmerman, the United States champions, and they have put some heat on those teams to come. Jamie Salé and Elena Berezhnaya exchanging pleasantries. They'll skate against each other.
The marks for Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman for technical merit.
Welcome back. Good time to be building towards your finest performances right now before the Olympic Games. Kyoko Ina, John Zimmerman.
5-7, 5-6.
Strong marks
5-7,
and some openings
5-5,
left. Of course, 3 teams
5-7,
to skate.
5-6.
This was a terrific program for them. I know it was, in a sense, an afterthought. A lot of their attention has been spent on the other program, also to Paganini. But during the break, Kyoko was talking about emotions, and I think that that captures exactly what the music did for this team tonight.
And here come the top 3 ranked pairs teams skating in reverse order in the standings. So it will be the Chinese, then Jamie Salé, David Pelche, then Elena Berezhnaya, Anton Sigurlice. This is, as many have called, and maybe overhyped a bit, that it's the Olympics before the Olympics, but don't tell that to those who skated earlier tonight and have some momentum now. Let's talk about the strategy of Salé and Pelche not using their Olympic program tonight. They skated it last night. They find themselves in second place.
Yeah, an interesting story. They had problems with the program last night. It was playing too fast. They lost a full 5 seconds after talking to Jan Olmark, their coach. That was makes it very difficult to keep your timing going. However, they decided to go with Love Story today against Berezhnaya and Sigurlice's Olympic program. And this will be the first time that we'll see it. So I'm kind of interested to see what's going on and to see how this flips. I mean, it's been an unpredictable night, has it not?
It has, and to see how nerves handle during this, because Saleh and Pelche put it down, then Berezhnaya, Sigarlitse have to do the same. It's going to be interesting. Stay with us.
From China, Shui Shen and Hongbo Zhao.
Top 3 pairs teams in the world competing in Kitchener. Some 56 days before the Winter Olympics. They'll meet there again in Salt Lake City. Shui Shen, Hongbo Zhao of China in 3rd place. And this is the first time that these 3 teams have met each other this season. They all have won their Grand Prix events and had maximum points.
This is Shen and Zhao's Olympic program. First performed 1 year ago as part of a grand spectacle in the Forbidden City in Beijing. A sequence to start. Double axels, single, triple toes now planned. Back on track.
Very rare for these technical masters to make a mistake.
But a sign of just how technically perfect they are to be able 2 short seconds later to come back with a triple toe. Enormous throw triple Salchow. They've been working on quads. Next element, spread eagles into double axels. Another single for Shen. Circular footwork section using a more unusual direction of skating. Skaters tend to favor a counterclockwise direction.
Team Debbie so frustrated over the last couple of years of an inability to move any higher in the world than number 3. They did get as high as number 2 and having some unison problems here. If it was all about the first mark, they would be world champions.
Strange, isn't it, how tonight some of their technical elements have been seriously lacking. The individual jumps, yet they have made such improvement for the artistic mark. I have the feeling that their confidence and their expression isn't just veneer anymore. It's coming from within.
Because of some uncharacteristic mistakes, this might be one occasion where their second mark actually is higher than their first mark.
The throws were huge and amazing, but the side-by-side jumps were poor.
Side-by-sides are key for Jamie and David. They're next.
The marks for Shuishin and Hongbo Zhao for technical merit.
One of the more consistent teams in the world, but not tonight. They weren't on tonight. Zhuai Shen, Hongbo Zhao. So their marks in relation to Ina and Zimmerman look like they're going to be pretty close and just might be a little bit better.
5-8, 5-6.
Real movement
marks for
within the judging
presentation.
panel, too. Certainly nothing consistent.
5-8, 5-7.
We did have two pairs teams already skate. Because of time restraints, we could not show you Petrova, Tikhonov, Abibul Bernadi. Shen and Zhao, the leaders, with the two top teams in the world, including the world champions from Canada.
Our next competitors representing Canada, Jamie Salé and David Pelletier.
And as we saw yesterday, even world champions have bad days. It was their worst performance of the season. And they go back to Love Story. And there is choreographer Laurie Nickel in Keswick, Ontario. You don't see her at too many competitions.
She doesn't often come. She feels that her work is long before now.
And now bounce back time for Salé and Pelletier.
Here's one of the keys. Side-by-side triple toes. Watch how David turns during the lifts. There's never a sound to the edge. There's never snow thrown up from scraping. Beautifully clean. Changes in choreography to bring it up to date.
might have been as perfect as it gets.
Captivating.
The program that won them the World Championship. And you know what's going to happen now? People are going to start talking that maybe they should resurrect this program. Of course, they did use Tristan and Isolde last year. Love Story was the program in Nice. Makes you wonder if they don't want to resurrect this program for the Olympic Games.
Love Story was certainly the one that captured the audience's idea about who they could become.
Will have their marks, and then Berezhnaya Sigarlitse next. New coach Jan Olmark, actually Jamie's old coach, and now they skate out of the Royal Glenora Club in Edmonton. This program absolutely captivating. Love Story.
It's very solid.
Hi, everyone at home.
As different as Orchid was last night, lacking confidence, lacking the kind of connection that they are noted for on the ice. Love Story came to life. The sound in the building, you could hear a pin drop. I didn't want to speak. It would have broken the spell they created. Every move perfectly timed, easy looking, clean.
In Nice, this program, it was unbelievable, says Jamie. This program was skated, and they had problems and finished off the podium. Here are the technical merit marks. The crowd was chanting for sixes.
5'9", 5'9", 5'8",
5'8", 5'7". Some room for the next team.
5'9".
Will we see sixes for presentation? Yes, we will.
5'8", 5'9", 5'9", 5'9".
Makes you wonder.
5'9".
Berezhnaya and Sigarlitse on the ice trying to warm up, trying to keep their heads in the right space to do their perfect performance. And they are skating a new program that no one in the world has seen publicly up to this point.
Jamie and David have not been beaten in 7 straight competitions. Trying to make it 8. Leaders right now, but the leaders after last night are on the ice, and they have one more world title in their portfolio than Salé and Pelche, 2-time world champions, finished second in Vancouver. The closest rivals to the Canadians. And it is very close between these two teams.
Once again, this is their new Olympic program, meditation. Giving it up without a fight.
Are these two teams? They come into this competition this evening separated last night by 1 judge, 1 mark.
There's the difference. slow. Even their stroking doesn't have any kind of explosion to it. Lift, losing speed badly.
But it was over for them on that throw. Their hope for the championship here. They will renew the rivalry in Salt Lake City. Not enough. Last night, one judge. Tonight, one big mistake. Had they nailed the throw, would it have made a difference to the standings tonight?
I don't think it would have. I mean, certainly the program started to unravel at this point. They had beautiful jumps going into it, but here
the marks for
bad landing, the free leg too far away on the landing position. Elena simply could not hang on. But I think with that mistake, it started to play on their minds, and the rest of the program became bumpy, slow. They were sort of smacking into each other. It just was not classic Elena and Anton.
Very interesting how this has developed. They had the wow factor last night with their old program and not tonight. Saleh and Pelche had the wow factor tonight with their old program and not last night.
Remember a couple of years ago when the Grand Prix final was first begun and ISU said you have to do 2 programs. There was a revolt in the skating community. Now here they're using it to their advantage. And who knows what we're going to see by the time they get to the Olympics.
8 wins in a row now for Jamie Saleh, David Pelche. Yes, unbelievable at the ISU Grand Prix final. Advantage Canada, advantage Saleh and Pelche. Still a couple of months and a little more to the Winter Olympics, but they have beaten Berezhnaya Sigarlitse again. 50 grand to the ISU Grand Prix champions who are standing by with Dave Randorf.
Well, the winning streak is intact. 8 straight. David, we'll begin with you because last night you told me you had a bad day at the office. You weren't on, but it appeared as though you guys were on tonight.
I really enjoy our skating tonight, and getting on the ice, that's what I wanted to do today, is just to enjoy myself. I know this program has been a long time we haven't done it. This is a weird format. This is only the Grand Prix final, but we're here, might as well enjoy it, and I'm glad I enjoyed myself tonight.
Let's talk about the program. Love Story, Jamie. Is this an option for Salt Lake City?
Oh, it's always been an option, and we've been saying all year that we're so lucky that we have 2 great programs this year that we can decide with which one we're going to use for the Olympics. But obviously now we're going to go back and talk with Laurie and Jan and Cynthia at home about which they think we should use and which is the best one.
Well, you're getting close, so what will be the timing for the decision on when you really start working on that program to get it ready for the Olympics, David?
That's a very good question. I'm sorry, but I don't have an answer for you tonight. Soon. Obviously, we don't want to sit on it and wait too long, but we're just going to enjoy tonight, and I guess we'll have our answer in the next couple of days.
You'll call us and get back to us.
Of course, you're the first one on my list.
Congratulations once again, and good luck. We'll see you in Hamilton at the Canadian.
Thank you, Dave.
Great, thank you.
The women are next. Irina Slutskaya, the leader, heading into the free skate in Kitchener for the women's free skate at the Grand Prix final, and it will be likely a gold medal battle in Salt Lake City between 4 women, 2 Russians, 2 Americans, and that's the way it is right here Irina Slutskaya, the leader. Michelle Kwan second. Maria Buterskaya in third, and Sarah Hughes, who has had such great skates in Canada, a bronze medal in Vancouver at the Worlds, and then a win at Saskatoon. It has been a season of mixed results for all 4 of these skaters. And Tracy Wilson back with me now. There really is no leader in the clubhouse right now heading to Salt Lake City, is there?
It's all open. Gold medal up for grabs, which makes it so exciting.
The 16-year-old from Great Neck, New York, who every time an Olympics comes around, it seems we're talking about a very talented teenager from the United States, and this is the latest.
Sarah will skate to a collection of music by Ravel and Rachmaninoff. Known to be a consistent jumper, she's had her poorest skate in 2 years. In her free program, where she only landed 4 triples last night. Started off slowly. Tonight, she looks very strong. Last night, she wasn't able to find her feet until the end of her program. Coming up now, a triple-triple combination, triple Salchow. Triple loop. Jump, triple Lutz. You had to wonder last night when she was struggling how a performance like that would affect her confidence. It's bounced back beautifully today.
We talked at Skate Canada about her ability to bounce back and how she has no fear. Lose or win.
She gets through this next element. She's home free. Her second triple Lutz.
Well, this is the kind of skate she had in Saskatoon at Skate Canada. Wow. And her dad, John Hughes, grew up in Canada, former hockey player, was skating with her. That's more like it for Sarah Hughes in the Grand Prix final. Reminded me of another 16-year-old a few years ago, Michelle Kwan, when she burst onto the scene.
Hey, Victoria.
Captivated everyone, along with coach, choreographer Robin Wagner, who said thank you for the birthday gift. What a gift to give her coach.
And there, her triple combination. If there is a criticism of Sarah's skating, it's that her jumps are quite low and sometimes they are under-rotated. This is her most difficult jump, her triple Lutz. She is just barely able to get the rotation in, but lovely skating, down in her knees, graceful. She feels her music, shows a maturity well beyond her 16 years.
Hey, the U.S. Nationals are up for grabs too. Here's her dad skating with her.
I asked him, I said, do you get nervous? Oh, it's just part of the process. He's willing her to win.
Played for the Toronto Marlboros when he grew up. Played at Cornell University hockey. Isn't that terrific? And boy, the U.S. Nationals are not a gimme for Michelle Kwan, because if Sarah Hughes can skate like she had, don't forget Angela Nikodinov, Sasha Cohen. They are just loaded with talented young skaters in the United States, and this is one of them who really has greatness written all over her already. Here come the marks.
Sarah had one of the most ambitious programs planned in the competition with 7 triples. She landed them, but again, some of the skaters you'll see later on have pure higher jumps.
Maria Butrskaya is on the ice waiting to skate.
5'8".
Here they come. 5'8", 5'6", 5'7",
5'6",
5'6".
5'7".
American
5'8",
judge.
5'7".
One of the high water marks.
For presentation,
We've had 2 skaters already skate. These will be the
5'7",
marks
5'8",
to watch the
5'8",
3 to come.
5'7".
Sarah Hughes, who
5'6",
began the night in 4th,
5'7", 5'7".
has a chance to make it to the podium, certainly here at the Grand Prix final.
Thank you.
And almost twice Sarah's age.
Our next competitor represents Russia.
Is Maria Butrskaya.
Maria Butrskaya.
Give her a lot of credit for hanging in there and skating with a lot of these young phenoms, because Maria Butrskaya still has the heart of a champion.
Yes, she does. The determination. She's been at every Grand Prix final event. That's 7 in all. And this is the debut of her Olympic program. Her music, Tale of Travel. Difficult jump, triple Lutz. Combination with a double toe, just hanging on there. triple series planned here. Triple toe, half loop, into a double Salchow.
To give you an idea of how confusing this season has been in the women's ranks, Maria, who fell off the podium last year at the World Championships to 4th in the world, is the Grand Prix leader coming into this event. And the event she won, she had a number of falls, but did not face very stiff competition.
Hard fall there on her triple Lutz. To me like a new program. She doesn't have the conviction that a Sarah Hughes skated with. Pop there. Nice to hear the crowd supporting Maria. She's struggling at the end of her program.
That kind of year. But probably better now to have that kind of performance instead of a couple of months from now. A chance to go back to the drawing board, work towards the Olympic Games. She'll likely fall out of a podium position here in Kitchener. Former world champion Slutskaya, 4-time world champion Michelle Kwan next, and then the leader, Slutskaya. Maria Slutskaya, disappointing skate here at the Grand Prix final tonight.
We talked about the fact that she's not a natural jumper, has to work for every jump. Started out nicely with a triple Lutz double toe combination. But you know, when Sarah Hughes gets tight, her jumps just get a little bit smaller and slower. When Maria gets tight, she loses all feel and falls hard.
She will fall below, you would think, Sarah Hughes in this competition. And there has been a pattern established if you've been with us for this marathon over the last couple of days. The second place competitor heading into tonight's skates in the 3 other disciplines has won. And Michelle Kwan begins the night in second. She skates next.
5-4, 5-3. Marks for presentation.
Slutskaya is currently second. Sarah Hughes leads.
5-5, 5-7.
But all of those who began the night in second place, Born and Kratz,
5-6,
Saleh and Peltier,
thank you,
Alexei Yagudin have all won. Will the pattern continue? Michelle Kwan, the supremely gifted skater,
competitor,
who has looked all too human this season.
Michelle Kwan
hasn't really stepped up. But will have to soon on the road to the Olympics.
Her music, Scheherazade. And like Sarah Hughes, last night Michelle Kwan started out her program with a number of misses and then gained momentum. She fell on her first element, the triple loop. Here it comes again. Yes. Criticized for not doing enough technically this year. She struggled to up the ante by adding triple combinations. Triple toe, doubled the second jump. Here comes her triple Lutz. Double loop. Well done. In last night's program, Michelle lost out by all the judges in the presentation marks up against Irina Slutskaya. Polished from head to toe, elegant skater. You watch, every position has a place, holds every movement.
Has won every event on the planet except for the Olympics.
Triple flip.
Nobody does this better.
And I think she should be given more credit for what she does in between the jumps, uses all of her music, doesn't skate through it like many of the others. It's her triple Lutz again. Yes. Adding a triple toe. Wasn't meant to be, wasn't needed. She was going for it.
Certainly one of her best skates all season. Trying to throw a triple in at the end.
Unbelievable. Had the performance of the season and knew she'd missed the second triple in her triple combination. Decided to add it at the last minute. Up next, Irina Slutskaya.
Hello, Kitty.
Classy, gracious skater. Great athlete, Michelle Kwan.
America.
Only 21 years old. She's been around for such a long time. That's the U.S. team leader, by the way. She will not have a coach heading towards Salt Lake City. That is a big gamble in the skating world.
Well, unlike last night, she opened this program with speed, determination, and flawlessly with that triple loop. I liked the way she continued her flow from beginning to end. Good height on that triple Lutz. That's one of the highest triple Lutz I've seen of Michelle Kwan, with the double loop at the end. I think her artistry is unmatched. Look at the position she holds here. Tips of her fingers to the tips of her toes. But at the end, she, out of nowhere, went for a triple toe, an easy jump for Michelle. Her toe pick slipped. She came off the ice and she said, what was I thinking?
5-7, 5-6,
And unfortunately,
5-7,
that was the last
5-6.
impression she left with the judge.
For presentation,
these marks would be much higher. And she just left that out.
5-8,
Yes,
5-9,
yes. And these two, 5-9s.
5-7.
Not enough in my opinion, but good to see that many.
Thank you.
Now she will watch and wait to see how her friend and rival Arina Slutskaya does. Keep in mind that all of the skaters who skated last tonight succumbed to the pressure. Remember, they will not skate in reverse order at the Winter Olympics. It is the luck of the draw. Now it's Slutskaya's turn to match Kwan or beat her.
This rivalry began 2 years ago at the Grand Prix final, when Irina, by virtue of her triple-triple combinations, beat Michelle Kwan. Now, we have not seen Irina land a triple-triple combination this year in competition.
She has been the Grand Prix final champion the last 2 years.
Her music, Tosca. She will open with her triple Lutz, double loop. Turnout in between. She's planning a triple sow double loop. Let's see if she goes for a triple triple. Triple sow double loop. Supposed to be a triple Lutz, and it was a double. Coming back with a triple loop. Irina's in between skating. Her upper body is lovely and soft. Her lower body, her feet, not as graceful. She needs this jump. 1 foot takeoff into a triple flip. Yes. Oh! Thought she had it. Ran out of room. Strong triple toe loop at the end of her program.
And her signature. But a less than perfect performance from Irina Slutskaya. Which will create an opening for Michelle Kwan. And now it comes up to the mathematics of this. If Sarah Hughes defeats Slutskaya in the free skate, then Michelle Kwan wins. We'll find out when we come back. Final skater of our Grand Prix final. Certainly an anxious night for those who skated in the last spot at this Grand Prix event. Irina Slutskaya awaiting her marks.
Her opening combination, good height on her triple lutz, but a turnout on the landing into her double loop. Michelle Kwan was clean on that combination, and she turned her second triple lutz into a double. Michelle Kwan, if you remember, landed hers. 1 foot takeoff, and you can see the spring she has on the landing. That was on the takeoff. That was just a sloppy landing there. And again here. And that's what I'm finding with her skating of late. It's uncontrolled. She doesn't have the precision that Michelle Kwan has, the polish.
The thing for Michelle, though, is that after the first skate, that short program, put herself a little further back. And remember, at the Olympics, there are only 2 programs, the short program and the free skate. So things are a little different, certainly at the Olympic Games. Irina Slutskaya's first bout of confidence against Michelle Kwan came at this event in Lyon, France in 2000. She won the Grand Prix final. She won last year. And based on these marks, it looks like she's going to make it 3 in a row.
5-7, 5-8.
She's a powerful skater, lovely jumper, good spring.
5-6.
Second set of marks will determine. We have sort of a split panel. 4 first-place ordinals, 3 third-place ordinals.
Wow.
And Slutskaya will hang on to just edge out Michelle Kwan for 3 in a row at the Grand Prix final.
I think this is the only time tonight I haven't agreed with the judges. I thought Kwan outskated her.
Michelle Kwan is second. Next up, U.S. nationals for her. She'll compete against Sarah Hughes, who finishes third. Advantage Slutskaya. A long week is over in Kitchener. So what would normally take 4 or 5 days to complete, we do in 36 hours here in Kitchener. Irina Slutskaya, the champion of the Grand Prix of figure skating, once again, $50,000, defeating Michelle Kwan. Psychological advantage heading into Salt Lake City? Who knows? Let's go to Dave Randorf.
And I'm sitting here with Irina Slutskaya. You're a tad surprised that you were able to pull it out and win tonight.
Oh, well, you know, it's hard war on the ice, you know, and really hard skating free program. And, you know, yesterday was so emotional day because we practicing skating, go again skating. And today I feel not so well with my legs because they were so tired, you know. And, you know, I'm so happy I can do some stuff. It was not so great, but I'm happy.
You won. Yeah. And how do you feel with a win, another big win with Salt Lake City just around the corner?
Oh, well, you know, before Salt Lake City, we have Russian National, very important competition. I'm so scared of this competition because I know what is Russian National. And after we have European Championships and right after Olympic Games. And, you know, I'm so happy because I will fighting for Olympic Games.
Well, enjoy the holidays. Good luck at the Russians, and we'll see you at Salt Lake City.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Irina Slutskaya. We're going to wrap this up and try to put some perspective on it on the road to... Well, I think everybody's going to sleep soundly. What a couple of days here.
outstanding skating and so interesting to watch the rivalries develop. Great for Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz. They were down at an all-time low a couple of years ago at this same event. They have gone right back up to the top because of nothing but hard work, and it has paid off for them. Wonderful to see. And also wonderful to see the skating of Alexei Yagudin getting rewarded. He gave everything he had in this competition.
And Jamie Salé, David Pelche, their winning streak continues. The last 10 Winter Olympics, Russia has won the pairs gold medal. The last time a gold medal was not won by Russians was a Canadian team in 1960.
Well, maybe history will repeat itself again here at these Salt Lake City Olympics. I think Michelle Kwan, though, is going to go in fighting. I don't think what happened, I don't think she's going to take very well what happened to her tonight. She skated so well. Good to see she's on the way back.
They said this was a dress rehearsal for the Winter Olympics, and now it's on to the real thing. Not to diminish this event, this was a big one, but there are other big ones to come. The national championships, the European and 4 continents. And then everybody will gather around the Olympic flame. All of these skaters plus some other suspects like Elvis Stoico, Emmanuel Sandou, and others, and they will compete in Salt Lake City for the biggest prize in all of sports, the Olympic gold medal. Here's Dave.
Well, we are going to take a break for the holidays, just like you. The next time you will see us with our figure skating coverage, it's always a very special event. It's the Canadian Figure Skating Championships from the Copps Coliseum in Hamilton. Big Canadian theme here tonight in Kitchener with Salé and Pelche and Bourne and Kratz winning. And this guy's practically a Canadian. He's certainly popular here, Alexei Yagudin. There are the reigning world champs. It'll be Elvis Stoico's final Canadians as well. We'll see you then. On behalf of our entire crew, thanks for watching. So long from Kitchener.